Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Ariana Martin and this is my scaffolding lesson plan video for EDSU 532, and the topic that we will be discussing today is the Industrial Revolution in Great Britain. So the movement from urban to rural lifestyles started prior to the Industrial Revolution. Most of the workforce was employed in agriculture, either as self-employed farmers, as landowners or tenants, or as landless agricultural laborers. This is a way of life known as the cottage industry. People lived off the land and used their resources to create their own goods, creating an economy through trade. The development of technological tools such as the spinning jenny allowed for economic opportunities. Notice some of the vocabulary in bold. Make sure that you make a highlight of it in your own notes and timeline. So this led to immense population growth. The population of England had more than doubled from 8.3 million in 1801 to 16.8 million in 1850, and by 1901 had nearly doubled again to 30.5 million. Improved conditions led to the population of Britain increasing from 10 million to 40 million in the 1800s. So this is a time to pause and take a look at our map here and discuss with your partner the following questions. What is the image conveying about the Industrial Revolution? How were cities impacted by the Industrial Revolution? And how might these conditions of the cities impact the lives of inhabitants? So take a minute or two to discuss with your partner and share down your initial thoughts as we move on to our next movement. So some of the societal changes in Great Britain primarily began for women. In Great Britain, the social changes regarding women and whole lives can be categorized into three stages. Number one being in the pre-industrial era, production was mostly for home use and women produced much of the needs of the household. So the second stage was the family wage economy. Of early industrialization, the entire family depended on the collective wages of its members, including husband, wife, and older children. And the third or modern stage is the family consumer economy, in which the family is a side of consumption and women are employed in large numbers in retail and clerical jobs to support rising standards of consumption. Moving on, the next phase was in child labor. There were still limited opportunities for education, and children were expected to work. Employers could pay a child less than an adult, even though their productivity was comparable. Many children were forced to work in relatively bad conditions for much lower pay than their elders. Beatings and long hours were common in some child coal miners and hurriers working from sunrise until sunset. Conditions were dangerous, with some children killed when they dozed off and fell into the path of the carts, while others died from gas explosions. Here we have some images of children working in a textile factory and in a coal mine. So even though there was many negative aspects to the Industrial Revolution, there were some positive results of it. In the terms of social structure, the Industrial Revolution witnessed a triumph for a middle class of industrialists and businessmen over the landed class of nobility. The working class people found more opportunities for employment in the new mills and factories, which were often under strict working conditions with long hours of labor dominated by the pace of machines. So next week, we will be talking about the following subjects: the development of labor unions, factory strikes, the rise of political ideologies such as capitalism, socialism, and communism, Karl Marx, the utilitarianism movement, and the development of Romanticism and realistic art.